Hi, I'm Richard from Drive Green, and today we're going to be spending some time with the latest electric Hyundai Ioniq, and I'd like to share my thoughts on this very efficient EV with you and hopefully help you decide whether it might be one of the right electric cars for you.
The Ioniq was Hyundai's first entrant into the EV marketplace, and it was a world first in that it was the first car to be available in EV, plug-in and hybrid options only. There was never a combustion engine option available.
Although being a fairly minor global player, I think it's fair to include Hyundai alongside a small group of EV pioneers that include Nissan, Tesla, Renault and BMW. As a result of their early investment in their battery technology and electric cars, Hyundai have produced some of the most efficient EVs available on the market.
Launched in 2016, the Ioniq was still later to the market than some of its key competitors. However, they made up for it by producing one of the most efficient EVs available. And despite its smaller than most battery size, it still had a very competitive market-leading range. The Ioniq is a decent sized saloon and has a modern, yet quite unoffensive look about it. To be fair, perhaps it isn't the best looking of cars in my opinion, but it is okay looking, and arguably nicer looking than what is possibly its main competitor, the Nissan Leaf. But looks are, as always, definitely subjective.
The Ioniq has plenty of strong selling points aside from its looks. It's definitely not a compact car, in fact it's actually quite large, but at the same time it's not too big and unwieldy, and it definitely ticks that sort of family suitable box due to its large practical sizing.
The interior is very spacious, both in the front and the rear, and rear passengers can travel in real comfort. The boot is also a very decent size. The Ioniq is available in two interior and spec options, Premium and Premium SE, with the latter being the higher spec version, although both are supremely well equipped.
Today we're in the higher spec Premium SE model, and it does have a lovely, clean, bright, crisp, modern interior. It's very well put together, materials are very, very nice, it's very stylishly done. It's also got these beautiful leather seats which really sets this interior off perfectly.
The lower spec Premium model doesn't have the lovely leather seats, but it's still nice and comfy, and it does have the same well-designed, modern-looking dashboard and controls.
This whole centre console is actually really lovely. The infotainment screen's brilliant. It's nice and big, and you've got a sort of 3-screen sort of split setup, which is really, really nice. Even comes with Apple Carplay and Android Auto as standard. Where the Premium model does slightly fall down, in my opinion, is the fabric material used on its seats, which have a pattern that I think perhaps would look more at home on a caravan interior rather than on a lovely premium electric car like this.
Spec-wise, the Ioniq really does excel and stand out from the crowd, particularly the Premium SE model like the one I am driving today. It has literally everything I can think of short on full-on autonomous driving and parking features.
These lovely seats are very adjustable with motorised controls. There's even a couple of memory settings, which is a great premium feature, just like the Teslas have. They're also heated and cooled. Again, cooled seats is a very, very premium feature, especially seeing on a car of this value.
It has a reversing camera as well as parking sensors front and rear, climate control which runs from a very efficient heat pump system, smart adaptive cruise control, auto lights, auto wipers, auto dip rear view mirror, lane keeping assist, blind spot warnings, keyless entry and a winter preheating function. It has an electronic handbrake, it has 3 different drive modes, a great infinity sound system, auto high beams and an all-round excellent media centre. Android Auto and Apple Carplay are also standard from the 2018 model onwards, as is a wireless charging plate.
This is absolutely loads of spec. It's a brilliantly equipped car, especially given its highly competitive price point. It may not have Tesla's full-on autonomous self-driving autopilot system, however, you've got a radar-guided smart cruise control system and lane assist, so the car is well on the way to being able to drive for you. It certainly has plenty of driver assistance and safety features. In the lower spec, you lose the smart adaptive cruise control, but it still has plenty of driver assistance and safety functions as well. You also lose the very nice infinity sound system, and you don't have these lovely, wonderful leather heated and cooled seats. I do like the Premium SE model, however. Obviously it's got loads of spec, and the beautiful seats do match the premium quality of this interior.
The Ioniq has been available in 2 battery sizes. The current 38 kilowatt and the preceding smaller 28 kilowatt model that was available up until 2020.
The Hyundai EVs do excel and beat the competition when it comes to the efficiency of their cars and their batteries. This is a very important point. It's important not to judge a Hyundai against other EVs based upon the size of its battery alone. As I've certainly found in my experience, I'm getting a lot more range out of a Hyundai than I would have anticipated given its battery size. The earlier 28 kilowatt hour model has about 120, 130 miles worth of range comfortably, and that's more than I would say for a 30 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf, for example. This latest version, the 2020's on, has got a 38 kilowatt hour battery, and that's giving a solid 150, 160 miles worth of driving range, which is brilliant, and actually draws it alongside other emerging cars with 50 kilowatt hour size batteries. Hyundai definitely have the efficiency of their cars and their batteries absolutely nailed, and they rightfully deserve to be leading the pack in this regard.
The Ioniq is very good value for its range as well as its spec, and quite frankly it is a bargain for what it can do.
Drive-wise, the Ioniq is a lovely, comfy and refined cruiser. In some ways, and in the nicest possible way, it reminds me of being in a taxi a little bit, as taxi drives are always drives that I associate with smoothness and comfort and relaxation. It has plenty of power, however, and it even has a sports mode. However, despite this, it still lacks some of the excitement that you get from other EVs. What it lacks in excitement and sportiness, it certainly makes up for in refinement.
The Ioniq also has adjustable regen braking settings that are controlled by these paddles behind the steering wheel.
It's really nice to have the regen braking so easily accessible here. And at its higher settings, you really get to enjoy that full-on effortless one-pedal driving mode that suits the smoothness of driving this car. The Ioniq is a very capable long-range driving EV, especially the more recent models with the 38 kilowatt hour battery, because you've got a decent range to start off with, and of course they also come with a CCS rapid charging connection, so due to the efficiency of the car you can even charge as much as 100 miles of range back into the car in just a 30-minute charging stop at a typical motorway rapid charger, for example. The Ioniq is a very impressive car in terms of its quality and the spec for its price. It also gets a much bigger driving range than I would have expected as well. It's also a very comfy cruiser, very well practically sized. And whilst it might lack a bit of driving excitement and arguably the looks are a bit questionable, it makes up for it in many other important EV ways. If you're looking for a practically sized, medium range EV with loads of spec and at a great value price point, then the Ioniq is definitely a car you should be looking at. I hope this video has been useful in helping you learn a little bit more about the electric Ioniq. If you'd like to find out more or to arrange a test drive, then please do get in touch. Thank you very much for watching, and do be sure to check out our other electric car review videos.